I'm Samuel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Lionel 3-rail O-scale Vision Line Pacific Crew Express reefer cars. Okay, let's go over some stats and facts about these cars. Each car is 11 inches long. There are 3 cars, so that's 33 inches long total. Their minimum curve is 031. Some other cool facts about these cars are that these are different road numbers from the ones that they had in 2015. These are the second pack that they released. They released one pack in 2014, and I didn't get it, but I got it this year from the 2016. And also, these little hatches up here open up, and so do the doors. I'll show you that later. So as you know, the minimum curve is 031. But these are Vision Line. One of these cars actually has sound effects in them. So when you roll it across the tracks, it'll make screeching noises and bumping like it actually would on a real train. And then there's also sequence control where you can actually have them load and unload fruit or vegetables or ice or whatever. Of course, most Vision Line engines need 072, and that's because they're massive engines. If you recently saw my video when I went to Eric Siegel's house, you saw that he was wearing the big boy, and that is a Vision Line engine. There's also the 210-10-2 Santa Fe, and there's a bunch of other Vision Line engines, but they're all super big and need 072. So for those people who have really small layouts, this might be just the Vision Line product you're looking for. So let's go ahead and look at this car. So these are one of the unpowered cars. But anyway, as you can see, we have some nice ladder detailing, a nice brake wheel. We have the number and PFE symbol over there, and a little coupler that you can throw it like that. Moving along the side here, you can see that we have a bunch of nice lettering and legible stuff all across the car. But anyway, as I was saying, one of the coolest things about these cars are that the hatches actually open. So, as you can see, if I just pull this out here, I'm going to do that, the doors will open up. Now, there's nothing inside because there just is, but there is actually something inside one of the cars, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, you can just close it up like that. Now, here I have an MTH reefer, and as you can see, this is all cast in right here. This doesn't open up, and nor does a hatch up here. Here's the underside of one of the unpowered cars. As you can see, even on the underside, there's some very nice cast-in detailing. Some of it's cast in, some of it's separately applied, and you can see the trucks here. So this is one of the opening hatches on the car, and of course all the hatches open, but anyway, you can see that we have some nice legible writing there, which is on all of them. But anyway, one of the coolest things about this is that if you pull this up like this, you can do that. As you can see, there's still nothing in there, but then you can kind of do that. To take it down, you basically reverse the process. Like that. So, one of the two big differences on this car is that the doors still open up, like this, but when you open up the door, you can see all the electronics. Pretty cool. And then, of course, it just closes exactly like the other ones. Now again, all the hatches open up, but this is one of the cool things. When you open up this hatch, you can see the master volume control right there. And of course, you can just take in a flathead screwdriver and twist it to how loud or how soft you want it. And of course, it just closes like the other ones. Now, the underside of the powered car is a little bit different. Up here, you can see we have a little switch that says min and max, and that means you can have minimum amount of sound or maximum amount of sound. Now, that doesn't mean a soft sound or a loud sound. That means like crew talk and screeching. If you have it to minimum, it'll just do the screeching sounds, and there will be no sort of loading or unloading sequence. But if you have it to max, like I do, you can have unloading and loading sequence sounds. And on the bottom here, we have the program run switch, like always. Now, if you look to the right, you can see a little hole, and that is for the speaker. And also, you'll see this, and this is the LCS sensor track wire. And you'll also notice something here. This is one of the pickup rollers. This is what gets power from the track. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to some of the sounds. So, one of the cool things is that it looks a lot different. Now, that is because there are a bunch of different switches and stuff, so we'll go ahead and listen to all those. There we go. So when you pull down on the whistle button, this is the sound you'll get. I don't know why, but it's just a cool sound. But anyway, there are a bunch of different sounds, and I'll actually show you that you can have a sound of a full trip. But anyway, this is the sound of them loading.
First stop's the ice station, boys. Keep that ice coming. Heads up, ice coming in. Watch your feet, that ice is heavy.
And whenever you let go, it'll just stop.
Finally, next stop, produce.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sequence. So anyway, I have it started out, and it is, it's all ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is play an icing sequence.
Okay, let's get those cars ready for ice. Keep that ice coming. Watch your feet, that ice is heavy. Heads up, ice coming in. Let's finish it up. Finally, let's pick up the cargo.
See, that time he said, let's pick up the cargo, and said, let's go get the produce. But anyway, if we'll move it along a little bit. And there are those screeching sounds. But anyway, now if I hit the loading sequence, it's going to do loading produce or cargo.
Okay, load the lettuce. Watch those boxes. Keep them straight. You got those waybills ready? Over there. Come on, you're not moving fast enough to get this all done before we get ice melt. Okay, guys, let's move. Hurry up. Get some crushed ice on those hatches. We're done here. This load is heading east.
And now if we move it again, now we will get a re-icing sequence.
Fill up those ice bunkers, boys. Get some crushed ice on those hatches.
Pretty cool.
All right, close the hatches. This load is heading east.
Now, because today I'm just trying to show off the cars and show how they run, I'm not trying to run it realistically. As you'll see, there's a Canadian National engine in the front, and there's only 3 of these cars. Normally I'd run a big boy and a lot more cars. I might do that sometime in the future.
Empty this car first, guys. Hey, stack the lettuce over here. Make sure the reefer is empty before you close it up. Let's finish it up. Our ice is melting, for criminy sakes. That's how we do it. Fresh produce all year round.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you want to find these cars, they are still in stock in some places, and I got mine on my recent trip to Legacy Station. You can visit them on the web at www.legacystation.com. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm Samuel, and I'll see you next time. Here's a look at the underside of one of the locomotives, and as you can... locomotives.